Welcome everybody, it's SRTV Network. We're here again with American Motorsports Simulations 360 Sprint car at Volusia Motor Speedway here, dirt track. Looking good out there on the track. We got a groove building up. And I'm in the booth here tonight with Matt Trace. How you doing, Matt?
Not too bad. Ready to see some rear tires against the wall, some wing sprint car 360s going around this half-mile track. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it's looking good, man. I mean, these guys are holding a good line. They're out there putting on a great show here in practice. That's for sure.
Yeah, what's going to be nice with watching these cars is the groove's going to start at the bottom, and you're going to start seeing cars move up the track. The bottom's going to get slick, the top is going to get slick. Hopefully, it's going to put the car in the driver's hands and a lot of side jobs, a lot of side-by-side racing. This is why I love this sport.
Well, are you willing to go out there and show us a way around? We got a minute left here in practice.
Yeah, let's go out here and see if we can get a couple laps in here. We're getting out here pretty late in practice, so the track is already going to be slicked off a little bit. But what's nice about this place is the way this is set up is you can pull your wing back, and what that will do is allow you to tighten the car up. And right now we're going to leave it at default, and I'll show you here. Get into the track, I'm wide open, and as you can see, I'm starting up high a little bit just to get some speed built up. We're going to go to the bottom here once. Notice how sideways the car got. It's starting to get really slick down there, so you'll see that the groove is probably going to be up here. The ones that are going to be really good are going to be the ones that can put it up against the wall.
Yeah, it looks like a good track there. You're running up a little higher than the groove. You got more grip up there, or is it more slick, considering you just hit the wall there?
Well, now, the problem with this place is, as you can tell, is the higher you get, the closer you get to the wall. And the way the track is, as you can see, I'm just going to sit up here so you can see, the track is pretty dry up here, and you want to be up here because there's going to be a little bit more grip. It's not as slick. As soon as you get to the middle part down here is where it starts to slick off quite a bit, and you'll see a lot of guys spinning their tires, and that is what's going to make it hard for these guys to get around the track. Now, me hitting the wall was just because I went in really, really high and just completely botched my lap. So
yeah, well, you probably did better than I can. As we're starting off qualifying here, we're going to ride along with the number 8 of William Davis as he makes his qualifying run. Let's talk about the track here tonight. The track, the temperature, and the groove, all that's going to play a big part of where these guys are running and how fast they go. As you can see, we got a track temperature of 71 degrees. The wind's very low, coming out north at 2 only. 71 degree mud, I guess you would say. So it's kind of weird how that track temperature works on dirt compared to asphalt. It looks like there's a lot of humidity. It's 97% humidity on this 1 mile racetrack.
yeah, and what's going to affect cars is that humidity. As the track gets slick, that's taking moisture out of the track and putting it in the air. Now, the cars will be fast. Like, if these guys are smart, they're going to pull their wings back, tighten the cars up a little bit, but they're going to be sliding around a lot in turn. And that's what makes dirt racing great, is as you'll learn if you're getting into this or if you're into real racing or whatever, when guys set up their cars, they do it based on the temperature outside, not just how the track is, because the temperature outside is what affects the car the most. And it's great. It's really tough to learn. If you've not really gotten into this, I suggest getting into it. It's challenging. The challenge is to drive the car, to get the car set up, and you got to figure out what works best for you. And pulling the wing back, tightening the wing or car up, putting all the weight to the back of the car, really going to play a factor in this with it being 71 degrees outside. And it's going to be good. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. I want you guys to enjoy this race. So
Yeah, I mean, well, you know a lot more than me on dirt. I'm more of an asphalt guy, so any kind of that knowledge that you can give us, it really helps me and the viewers really know and understand, a little bit more about these cars, because I tell you, my favorite thing about these 360s and these 410s is they're beautiful cars. I mean, these cars are amazing. I seen that picture of what's his name that you did the interview with. That car, it looks so good. I can't remember his name.
Troy Walgerman Jr. He's a 358 driver out of Central Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and seeing a big guy like you, 5 to 6, 7, maybe 8 foot. I don't know how tall you are, but it looks like it's a really big car, and it looked like it'd be a lot of fun. But we got the 101 of Martin Karch on the pole tonight, and we're going to get a word in with him in just a second. But first, I just want to mention, I'd like to appreciate everybody for joining us here at SRTV Network. And I'd like to appreciate you, Matt, for coming up here in the booth, and American Motorsports Simulations for letting us do this broadcast for them. It is their opening series here, their opening season race, and it's for all the marbles tonight. These guys are going for a trophy, and I'm sure everybody's really excited, and they can't wait to get out there and try to get this win. And that being said, if you're interested in joining these guys here at American Motorsports Simulations, you can just check in the description below, and there's the link for the league website there on Iracing. If you're logged in on Iracing, you just click on that. It take you straight to there. You can apply there. There's also their website. It's American Motorsports .blogspot.com, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. And they're also recruiting drivers. And speaking of recruiting drivers, let's talk about the truck series here in a little bit. But for right now, let's get a word in with our pole sitter, Martin Karch.
Yeah, we'll get into the whole truck series with our sister league and all that stuff. But we're right now with the pole sitter, the high side hustler, Martin Karch. Martin, great lap you laid down tonight. You're going to be tough to beat here. How's the car?
Car feels pretty loose right now, but most generally our car comes in towards the end of the race, so we should be doing pretty good by the end of the night.
Yeah, I was telling our viewers about how much the track changes with the way the temperature is and how pulling the wing back and forward is going to help. You're pretty good at dirt. You're going to be pretty quick. What is your onset out here before we let you strap in?
I'm just going to do my best to keep my nose clean.
10-4. Well, good luck to you, Martin, and hopefully we get an interview with you here at the end of the race.
Sounds good.
That's your pole sitter, folks. The 101 of Martin Karch. All right, so let's do the starting grid here tonight. The starting grid is you got your leader, Martin Karch, followed by on the outside the 69 of Timothy Deswart. And on that second row,
second row, 21 of Gary Gilmore and the 74 of Chris Johnson. Again, another good starting spot for Johnson. Let's see if he can maintain that spot up there.
Yeah, in the third row, you got the 31 of James DeMint and the 00 of James Wallace, followed by the 88 of Rick Brazel on the inside, and on the outside of him is the number 9 of Adam Holm.
Row 5, the 8 of William Davis, the 000 of Scott Toney. That could actually be a good row to watch from. As you saw in that last race, being farther back doesn't really hurt. Row 6, Mike Massey, Brian Warner. Mike Massey in charge of these guys over here, American Motorsports Simulations. He's really good, really quick, really clean, so there's another guy to watch out for tonight.
Yeah, and then we got the 13th is the 47 of Bill Cobb, followed by Christopher Hockley in that 14 car. And then 15th, starting 15th, the number 2, Troy Deswart. And I don't know that other guy. Oh, it's you, Matt. Sorry, you can't race tonight. And I believe we got Dan Allen out in the field also.
I believe so. I mean, I can't race. I kind of destroyed the car there in practice. But I want to give a shout out here to my buddy there, the number 14, starting 14th, Chris Hockley. Another Pennsylvania boy. Go to the races all the time. He just celebrated his 10th wedding anniversary, so happy anniversary, Chris. Hopefully you put on a good show here for your wife.
I'm just taking a look at these paint jobs, man. A lot of great looking 360 sprint cars out there tonight. And you got any favorites out there? Or anybody you think's going to win this one? Or did you just name your favorite?
Oh, I mean, my favorite's starting 14th, but if my pick to win tonight is going to be the pole sitter Martin Karch. Martin's one of the toughest guys. He's hard to pass. He's fast. He showed it tonight being on the pole and his performance there in the Legends race. So my pick is going to be the 101, the high side hustler Martin Karch. Hopefully he gets it done for me tonight.
Well, good luck to him. I think I'm going to have to take a wild guess, and I like the number 88. It looks like a good number to me. And so let's see what happens. They're getting ready to go green. They're running their pace laps.
This is going to be great. Let's start. These guys are going to be side by side, like sideways coming out of the turn 4 as they take the green flag. Pace truck is getting ready to pull in. Pull those belts tight, strap them in. Here we go. Green flag's out. We're racing here in Volusia.
360 sprint cars headed into turn 1. 3 wide. The number 8 gets a little wobbly in the back there. He managed to hang on to it. Adam Holm makes his way around. Still got our Martin Karch in the 101 car coming off the floor. They make a little bit of contact behind.
What a hit. Adam Holm just went hard into the outside wall coming out of 4. Caution's out. That is a very, very good Chris Johnson.
Yeah, we caught that one live here. And we're taking a look at it now. Looks like he got caught in the middle there, 3 wide in that first turn. They managed to make it around the track one more time. He's putting the pressure on the 88 of Rick Brazel, and then he ends up making contact. And I didn't see who he made contact with. Let's see if we can get one more quick look in.
Look at the 74 of Chris Johnson, and if that's the case, that is a tough break for Johnson because we heard in his interview that
yeah, he was looking forward to this one, man, and he had a great shot to win it, and it's unfortunate for him. And I hope he keeps his head up, and his car ain't too tore up, and he comes back out and plays with these guys, because these guys, these 360 cars, they're a really, really fun car to drive. And if you haven't ever done it, I'd suggest you, or if you're out there, you know, and you've never joined iRacing or did any iRacing, check them out. Go on iRacing's website, give it a shot. It might be for you. If you're in the dirt, asphalt, road racing, anything like that. If you want to join a league, check out American Motorsports Simulations. Hey, they're recruiting, and so is the All-Star Truck Series.
And once we get done with the 360s, going into 410, we'll talk a little bit about some of the stuff that both leagues offer. But it looks like we're side by side getting ready to go green, and looks like Chris Johnson and Adam Holm are both going to retire for tonight, which is, again, unfortunate for Johnson. Hopefully we see him back in the 410. Green flag's out.
Yeah, they got a late start. The 88 played it safe, saved his race there. He checked up a little bit to avoid contact. Just side by side with the number 8 of William Davis. The 45 of Michael Massey kind of gives him a little love tap there, and Gary Gilmore's managed to make his pass on Martin Karch.
Look out, because here comes the high side hustler. Yeah, he's on the bottom, but he'll put it on the high side if he has to. He is right there on Gilmore's tail end. He pulls underneath. Can he get a run out? No. Another lap again.
Another lap led by Gary Gilmore. The 88, your top 5, Gary Gilmore, Martin Karch, Timothy DeZwart, James Wallace, and Rick Brazel.
14 is Hobley on the move from 14th up to 9th. He's on the high side trying to hold off. Looks like the 45 of Mike Massey. Or is that, nope, the 93 of Brian Warner. We're under caution once again. Ooh, contact.
Yeah, we're under yellow. Looked like, was that the 8 car?
Yeah, it looks like the 8 of William Davis.
Well, let's go back and take a look.
And that's just a tough break for William if he was the one that was involved. It looks like he is.
Yeah, it looks like he got up on that high side there and kind of lost a little bit of grip like you did there in practice. And he got into the wall a little bit. And he came rolling down the track there. And somebody was going past. I didn't see who it was. Maybe we can go back and take another look.
Well, that would be looks like the 14 of Chris Hockley, because he doesn't have a front wing, and that could play a factor for him. Him and the 31 both. And that's going to take front downforce off of their cars.
Yeah, it was definitely the 14. Yeah, you got to have that front wing here. It keeps the downforce, keeps that front end planted so you can turn. It's absolutely, it's critical here in these 360s and 410s.
We'll see what that's going to do for him. It could potentially, if he's in traffic, might help the car handle just a little bit better. He might not have the speed like everybody else, but we'll see. I think we're doubling up, getting ready for another restart. I think we have, what, we're about halfway, about 17 laps to go.
Yeah, we're 13 of 30 right now. And they are double file, and they're getting ready to go green. You got a helmet cam there on the 101 of Martin Karch, or as Matt Trace says, the high side hustler. That Pace truck's getting ready to make that hard left turn down the pit road. The green flag is out.
Great one.
Gary Gilmore killed it on the restart. Somebody got loose there in turn 1 and 2.
Still green though.
Following these leaders is the 101 of Martin Karch, and Gary Gilmore got the pressure on as Jamie Wallace sneaks up in there and takes a peek. The 101 shuts the door, and the 00 had to check up as he makes another run down on the inside. This top 5 is extremely fast.
And as these guys walk side by side, here comes Rick Brazel moving into the 3rd spot. Gary Gilmore saying bye-bye, I'm going to check out. It's Gilmore, Karch, Brazel, Wallace, and I believe Scott Tony has cracked into the top 5. Come into turn 3, Gilmore still leading once again, side by side from 3rd place. Looks like Brazel's going to hold off James Wallace, but Wallace is charging hard. They're catching up to Karch, and Karch is trying to reel in the 21 with Gary Gilmore. Behind them, looks like the 93, Brian Warner in the wall, trying to chase him down with the 0 Scott Tony. And that's allowing Mike Massey to close the gap on those guys too. We got racing all over the place.
Yeah, it looks like the 88 has a little bit of connection issue, but he's definitely don't have a speed issue as he's battling the 00 of Jamie Wallace and the 101 of Martin Karch for that 3rd and 4th and 5th right there we're looking at. As Gary Gilmore has checked out, Martin Karch holds down that 2nd place position. 3rd place is wide open for Gary Gilmore. I mean for Rick Brazel, Jamie Wallace, and Scott Tony's in that top 5. Don't forget him as we're under yellow.
Not sure what's for here yet. Let's see if we can find where this incident was. Could we have a debris caution? Looks like it might have been a debris caution on track.
Yeah, I don't see what happened there. It's not showing me anybody.
Well, just like NASCAR, folks, we do get debris cautions here and there, and looks like that's what we got right now. So while we're under caution real quick, we'll give you a quick rundown here. Gary Gilmore was out to a pretty decent lead, with Martin Karch behind him. Now, Karch is my pick, and we got Jerry's pick, and Rick Brazel running third. And hopefully, my guy holds off his guy, so I can have bragging rights until the next race.
Well, good luck with that, because that 88, he's so fast, he's blinking. But anyways, man, I'd like to tell everybody thank you for joining in, and everybody out there that's watching, I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, whatever you gotta do. Put thumbs down if you don't like. No big deal. Get a little interaction from the audience. Anybody out there watching that's looking to join the league, the American Motorsports Simulations is definitely recruiting, and their website and a link to their league page is down in the description below. As we're double file, pace cars coming into 3, pace truck, excuse me, and we're getting ready to go back green here. These guys got 7 to go.
Green's out. Gilmore with another great restart. This time he goes to the high side, living up to his nickname. Does a crossover. Side by side behind them for third. Brazel, Wallace, they make a little bit of contact into turn 3. Gilmore, Karch, Brazel, Wallace, it's tight.
Gary Gilmore has managed to keep it out front as the 101 of Martin Karch and the 88 of Rick Brazel. They just made contact, the 88 and the 00 Jamie Wallace, which opened up the door for Scott Tony to squeeze them 3 zeros up in the mix as they're going through 1 and 2, nose to tail. Gary Gilmore and Martin Karch has managed to check out a little bit. The fight's for third.
As that race for third, Seaman Walters' race for the lead. Karch is just trailing Gilmore by the slightest. A slight mistake by the 21 could lead into the 101 taking the lead. But once again, passing is going to be tough. And Gilmore just pulled away for a little bit in this lap.
Yeah, Gilmore's running a tight line around here. He hasn't made a mistake, but if he makes a mistake, that 101 of Martin Karch is going to be there to close the door as Jamie Wallace and Rick Brazel is trying to catch up. They got Scott Tony right on their heels. That's your top 5. And you know, I believe that caution last time was from somebody coming off a pit road there, and Iracing threw a yellow there. To keep anybody from getting into contact. The number 8 pulls out in front of the 88 of Rick Brazel as he came off pit road. The checkered flag is out. The race is over. Your winner is Gary Gilmore.
What a battle. Gilmore holding off Karch. Wallace, I hope Wallace is a little bit more pleased with that performance coming in third. I know it's not a win, but he sounded pretty down on himself. But we'll find out when we get these interviews with these guys.
Yeah, he really came back. You know, he had some bad luck up in the beginning of the race, but he really came back and finished strong. He finished in front of the 88 of Rick Brazel, and I hope I'm not butchering his name. Hopefully, you know, tell me how to say it if I'm saying it and it's offending you. Some of these names are really hard, but your top 3: Gary Gilmore, Martin Karch, and Jamie Wallace.
Rest of the field was the 000 Scott Tony, Tim Deswart, rounding it, was 6, Brian Warner 7, Bill Cobb 8th, Mike Massey 9th, Troy Deswart 10th, and Dan Allen, William Davis, Chris Hockley, James DeMent, Adam Hong, Chris Johnson. But before we get into anything else, let's get these guys up here for let's get some interviews here. We got James Wallace with us tonight, and James, I know it's not a win. I know you were a little disappointed with how you did in Legends, but third place, hard-fought race. Good job on the podium again tonight.
Man, me and Rick battled it out, dude. It was a good race. Rick was a real hard competitor to get around. It just seemed like he just pulled over and let me by though there at the end, kind of, you know. So yeah, it was a good race. I didn't mind it. Where'd I start? 6th, 7th, 8th, somewhere around there. So yeah, it was real good.
Yeah, it seemed like you're a little bit happier with this performance. In the last race, you were down on yourself, but you've always been really good in the sprint cars. And 360, you got a third place now, or you have a win in the Legends. how do you think you're going to do here when the 410s roll out on track?
Well, I think that really depends on who shows up for the 410 race, man. I don't know who's all in TeamSpeak now, so we'll see who comes into 410. If Weston shows up, he's always a hard competitor. Trace, when you're out there, you're a hard competitor. Lou, I don't think he's here tonight. Yeah, Martin's hard. I haven't ran with Gary much, and Gary ran a real clean race, real fast. And Martin was real fast, so we'll see. I got a good setup for the 410 for this track, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, like before we let you go, would you like to give a shout out this time to anybody?
Yeah, I want to thank Sensimilia Motorsports, man. They helped me out real lot with the sprint cars and stuff. So yeah, I just want to thank them. Massey for putting it on. You guys for running this for the YouTube channel. So thanks, man.
Yep, and thank you. Good luck for the 410s, and maybe once again we'll get another interview for you.
We'll see. Coming up.
All right, that's James Wallace. And before we get Martin Karch and Gary Gilmore in here, Jerry, you touched on the recruiting. Let's give them an update here with the actual website. We weren't sure on it.
Yeah, I was pretty sure about it, but you know, you can always be right. It's americanmotorsports.blogspot.com, americanmotorsports.blogspot.com, and the link is in the description below. And there's also a link for their if you're a member of Iracing, you're logged in, click on that link. It'll take you straight to their league page. You can click apply. If you want to contact them, Michael Massey is the guy. Check him out. They also have a Facebook page, don't they?
Yeah, I believe it's just American Motorsports Simulations. It's a league page on Facebook. And while you guys are doing that, we're here with the high side hustler, Martin Karch. Martin, you were my pick to win tonight, bud. You helped me out. You helped me finish ahead of Jerry's pick, but good job. Looks like you and Gary put on a pretty good race there for the win.
Yeah, it was pretty decent race overall. We missed the setup a little bit, but we'll just have to see what we could do in the 410s.
Yeah, and once again, you were pretty strong. You were pretty quick. I thought for sure you were making really good runs at Gary. I thought for sure you had him beat. Tell us a little bit, when that race went on, did you notice the difference in the track, and how did you adjust yourself to be able to make that change throughout the race? You know, the line obviously changed, track got a little bit slick, but what did you do to help yourself get a little bit better and find that line to be able to run with Gary?
Basically, it was the same line that I ran all night, which we got pretty lucky there that we really didn't have to go searching or anything. Our biggest downfall was that restart. We were sleeping.
Yeah, it looked like you spun your tires a little bit on that. We weren't sure. Before we let you get going here, get ready for the 410s, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to for tonight? Obviously, another strong performance for that 101 machine.
I just want to give a shout out to Massey and everybody that helps put on these wonderful shows on dirt. That's where it's at.
And I'm sure it wouldn't be this great if it wasn't for drivers like you and everybody else that comes in races. So thanks, Martin, for joining us, and good luck for the 410s. Hopefully we got one more interview in with you tonight.
Hopefully.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Martin Karch's second place finisher. We got a little bit of time here before we have to send it down to you, Jerry, to interview Gary. That sounds like a stand-up comedy show right there, the Jerry Gary show.
Yeah, 10-4. I mean, hey, he's fast, and I'm fast, and it rhymes. You can't beat it. But I'm down here in Victory Lane with Gary Gilmore in that number 21 car. He really put a bad, fast lap down. He held it out front for a long time. He held off all the pressure. I don't think anybody had anything for you tonight, Gary. Congratulations on the finish. How was your race, and how did your car feel, and how did the track feel?
Man, it was a good race, and I thank all the guys who put on the show for us. The track itself was getting pretty slick. Pretty much the yellow flags kind of brought out the worry and trying to hold off the guys behind me. Only way to do is stick to that high line and just keep focused.
Yeah, did you find something early on in the race that kept you going so fast there and you just stuck to it, or was you out there searching for lines?
I tried the bottom a little bit. It wasn't working out too much, being that I'd slide up into the slick stuff a little bit. So moved the wing back, hit the top, and drove my line, and it started working out. I started pulling away. But it's glad to be back after being so long. It's nice to take home the first win.
Yeah, you really put on a great show out there tonight for everybody here at SRTV Network and everybody watching. What's winning the first race do for your confidence going through to the rest of the season? And do you think you can bring home this championship this season here for American Motorsports Simulations?
I sure try. It takes all about holding lines and racing clean and just trying to stay focused and don't let the pressure get to you, even though you know those guys are right behind you, just right on your tail.
Yeah, well, I believe you got what it takes. I've seen you out there many times, and you're definitely bad fast out there in that 360 sprint. And congratulations on your win. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to, or anybody you want to thank for your win tonight here at Volusia?
I'd just like to thank all you guys for putting on the AMS Simulation Sports, and can't look forward to the 410s coming up next, and look forward to next season. Yeah,
that 410 race will be coming up shortly around 10:40 Eastern time, and we'll be looking to talk to you again here on the podium at Volusia in the 410s, man. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Well, there you have it, folks. Your top three. You heard what they said. It's a really fun time out there in them 360 sprints, and we had a great time up here in the booth. Myself, Jay Weezy, Jerry West, whatever you want to call me. Me and Matt Trace, we appreciate y'all for coming out and sticking with us through this this bad fast track here at Volusia, and it's not going to change. It's still going to be fast next race here coming up. 410s at Volusia with the American Motorsports Simulations.
Yeah, nothing more exciting than 900 horsepower, 410 cubic inch engines going full speed around a little half-mile D-shaped oval. Gotta love it.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, we got about 20 minutes or so before that next race starts. So if you want to get a little more detail about the All-Star Truck Series, because that's one series that I wish I could make it. It's unfortunate. I'm racing for a championship in another league. And they start at the same time and they run at the same night, or I'd definitely be there. So I put a link in the description below for your website and for your league. So anybody out there that's wanting to join some asphalt racing there in the trucks on Iracing, go down to the description and get the information. We're up here with Matt Trace. He's the one that runs the show there. So Matt, what do you say?
Yeah, the All-Star Trucks is actually, it was the sister league to American Motorsports Simulation. There used to be All-Star Racing Group, and we run Monday nights. We're running the full truck schedule, and we have it broken down into 3 seasons. Our first race was at Daytona the night before Halloween. It's the All-Star Spooktacular 100, and I ended up pulling off the win for that. But it's a good series. It's a fixed setup series. We have a website, allstartrucks.blogspot.com. You can go there and check it out. There's a link to the Facebook group page on there and the iRacing League page there. Just go ahead and go there, click on the iRacing League page and join. You can get approved. We ask that you just be clean, read the rules, and have fun. It's good little. It's pretty much everybody that you see racing here tonight runs over there, and should be some good racing. Our next race is tomorrow night from Atlanta, so racing or practice begins at 8, and I believe it's a 75 lap race. Yeah, 75 lap race. So
hey, 75 laps. It sounds like fun to me. So anybody looking to join, click on them links in the description and look it up, or look up Matt Trace. Check him out on Facebook. Whatever you need to do. So for SRTV Network, myself and Matt Trace, American Motorsports Simulations. We'll see you here in a minute with 410s from Volusia. Good night, folks.